everybody, and the summer sun fun has just begun because we are in July now, and you know what that means? More games! So here's a list of Theropods games for you to play. We have a little something for every bear today, ranging from oh so super cute and cozy, spooky, scary, farming sims, puzzles, and even something a little bit summer-weeny. If you like this type of video and want to keep hearing about games that I think are just so totally cool, then why not leave a little bell, like, and subscribe, as it does help the channel out, and let me know in the comments below what games you guys are excited to see released in July. The first game on today's list is honestly the cutest little puzzle game ever. Cat Squeeze is all about this adorable little kitty called Coco with a rather explosive talent, shall we say, or maybe it's just claustrophobia. In this game, you will be joining along for the journey of all your 9 lives. When a flyer hit little Coco in the face, it became destiny to go to the cat god's maze, where an endless amount of fishy treats would await. Yet, it seems the only way he can reach the yummy fishy goodness is to squeeze through all these different pipes by moving around the boxes you see. With the power of Maid, Coco can keep getting that next dried fishy treat snack. The more pipes you squeeze yourself through, the further and further you will get, eventually discovering different biomes like rolling grass hills or flower fields. However, since this is a logic-based puzzle game, it is important to note that you will also have a little mouse friend who will squeak out any hints to you if you ever get that bit stuck. There are more than just boxes for Coco and you to figure out, as the more puzzles you do, the more mechanics you will have to learn and get used to. So a squeak or two might definitely be a necessity. Next up is one that I'm super excited about, and well, how could I not be? Cat Mail Co. will have you playing as this adorable little kitty working in a post office that has become really rather overflown with mail. I mean, there are literally piles of letters that go up to the ceiling. Alone or with a few kitty friends, it will be your job to tackle this big mess once and for all after the last post kitty vanished. Sort through all the mail you can, organizing, weighing, and labeling in order to finally get it out of here and where it needs to go. Better late than never, they say, and I hope the locals can see it that way too. Don't think you get off that easy though, as there will still be more post deliveries coming in by boat, all of which will need your paws on them. There is a plus side to all this cleaning, as once you get through this backlog, you will have so much more space to work. You'll be able to unlock new tools and abilities to help with your daily routines, even some new destinations to deliver to once you get your reputation back on track. And it feels nice to help the locals out a little bit anyway. Now, I'm not even sure how long I've been waiting for this game, but it might have been quite some time now, maybe even a year or 2, maybe 3. If you've been looking for a game to play this summer-ween, then look no further than Moonlight Peaks, a spookily adorable farming life sim. Discover all that vampire life has to offer you in this magical town as you settle back down into your family's abandoned homestead. You will have centuries on your hands to learn all the skills needed for restoring a farm back to its heyday, but that's okay because as a vampire you do indeed have centuries. Take time out of your day to learn how to grow different crops and care for all the spooky livestock you will have. You won't be the only one living in this town, in case you were worried, as there will be plenty of other supernatural fellows for you to chat and make friends with. Maybe even finding your very own tomb love, a life of compassion. Something not everyone thinks is possible for those like you may be completely within reach. There's just so much fun to be had beyond your everyday farming chores like learning spells, potion making, and even fishing. A life without hobbies isn't really a life at all. But don't forget to go to bed before the sun rises. You might just start to burn a little. This next one is a single player game all about keeping track of a very specific kind of critter. In Mothkeep, you will be keeping a careful and watchful eye on your nature sanctuary to see who comes to visit for a little while. This is a game all about documenting those that visit. With simple mechanics, you will be keeping a journal of every kind of moth you see, along with a few insights and facts about them. Since all you will be doing is recording which critters you see, there will be no need to capture them or use any kind of traps that might harm them. so keep your paws off our winged friends. If you are ever having a hard time finding a certain moth for your journal, you can always take a quick trip to the store to buy a few different things that may attract the rarer moths. If you're not a super big fan or just a little nervous about this type of critter, then please rest assured, as this is a game only about moths. So no other bugaboos or spooky creepy crawly spiders will appear. We're totally safe. There is no rush in this game either, so it will end up lasting anywhere between 2 to 4 hours long. It's perfect for a cozy summer afternoon. So I know I'm not big on decorating games, but this one is just so colorful I couldn't resist. Mysarium is a sandbox game where you will be creating the tiniest of worlds inside different shaped glass jars. You will have a whole heap of categories at your paws to help you in different creations. So whether you start by placing trees or houses, maybe even trams or a park bench, you should be able to get pretty close to whatever it is you're seeing in your head. With advanced editing tools, you can get as detailed or as plain as you like, making use of the size sliders and color palettes. The jars can be as colorful or as monochromatic as you like, with each item having its own color palette too. If you ever get a little bored of decorating, then you can try your hand at following some recipes in order to make some new plants for yourself to use in your next terrarium creation. Whilst the game doesn't revolve around a story like many others do, there will still be a cause and effect mechanic. Depending on what you place and where, you may see small sacks of dirt fall from the sky, or maybe even if you interact with your own terrarium enough, then you might just get a very special magical creature to welcome in. Or maybe just sit back and work as you let this tiny little wall go by in the corner of your screen as you use the Pomodoro timer. Oh, fish! I'm so excited for this game, just look at it! D-Topia is a game where your choices matter. An ending of joy or despair, depending on how you play, is one of my favorite kinds of games. Taking place in the Utopia project, it is your job to keep the residents who live here happy and away from the truth as a facility mechanic. There are many different districts in this Utopia, but you will be assigned one that is closest to completing the project goal, an ideal of happiness for as many as possible. Here in Project Utopia, happiness is being managed and maximized by AI, something you need to keep running behind the scenes through different tasks and puzzles. The behind the scenes world will be quite a stark difference to the ones that residents are used to, so it is best to keep them as far away from it as possible. Yet with so many residents, you must start to wonder what true happiness is. Okay, so this is just a super silly one to put our minds at rest, and because I just really love silly games like these, Teeto is based in a world full of mayhem as an adventure platformer starring our little Teeto. An experiment gone right. It is your job as Teeto, with the help of Nori, to stop the shadow corruption from spreading after the Great Awakening. Alone or with a friend. The shadow corruption may look super cute, but don't be fooled by them, they are certainly up to no good. Since you're actually a science experiment, it means you are able to have a few unique abilities to unlock that aid you in your adventure. Since the Great Awakening, you are able to gain the ability, along with many others in the world, the chance to talk. Now, those that you meet might need some help and can finally ask for it. Nori does have one big favor to ask while on this journey with you though, and that's to save all the Michaels that have duplicated and become scattered all over the world. There's just so many of them. You know it's gonna be a super cozy game when it's got cozy in the title. Cozy Grove Camp Spirit is the sequel to Cozy Grove, but with a whole new cast of characters and an entirely new adventure. Waking up alone, stranded on a mysterious island can be pretty scary at first, but you will soon find that kind of spruce this place, like quite literally. It won't be long until you are calling this mysterious island home either. Help the ghostly bears who live here, but don't be afraid, they're just bears after all. And they might just help you in return. Kindness goes a long way after all. You're gonna learn that quick here. Being stranded won't leave you much else to do other than embark on your own adventures in hope of reuniting with your lost scout group, and, well, the only way to do that is by fixing up the bus you were riding in. So settle down and create yourself a campsite, a cute and tiny little hub for yourself whilst you stay here. Find all kinds of different resources through exploring, catching bugs, fishing, and even a little bit of crafting to see what new things you can make yourself to help in the journey, and maybe even things to customize the island so that it can really feel like home. There is just so much to do in this game, which, by the way, is just oh so pretty with the watercolor art style they have. Oh, and you can pet a doggy too. You've seen it, you've heard it, and now it's time to talk about it. It is the train game Denshattck. Your eyes are not deceiving you, bears. This is a game where you are indeed playing as a train in a Japanese dystopian world. In this super duper fast-paced and awesome looking game, you have to be as cool as can be so that one day you can become the fastest train in existence. Flip, trick, and spin your way through different biomes as you keep racking up those points and showing off your newfound skills. You, of course, are not the only train in this world though, as there are many real-life Japanese trains that have been reimagined for this universe. You will need to face off against these rival trains no matter how much cooler than you they are, if you ever want to earn the respect of other rivals and local train gangs. Whilst this may sound like all fun and silliness, there is actually like a super evil megacorp that you will need to deal with, and not only that, but there are gonna be some pretty big boss battles. So if you're just here to ride the rails, you might want to think again. But you can even customize your ride or yourself. I'm not too sure how to word that one. Now, I may have just snuck this one on the list for myself since it's combining two of my favorite things. I just couldn't help myself. Cats and Sudoku. This is an also super cute game called Sudoku Cats. Who'd have guessed it, huh? In this game, we have a small bunch of silly kitties who have made a rather big mess, and well, someone has to clean it up. You can't expect them to do it now, can you? I mean, really, they're just so itty bitty baby. There will be 120 levels for you to play through with increasing difficulty, where all you need to do is just pick up the kitty and put them in the right spot. If you have never played Sudoku before, please don't worry, as they are just super simple and fun little logic puzzles that you'll be able to get the hang of very quickly. This is the perfect game to get you on your Sudoku journey, and you can even change around what cats go with which numbers. If you ever do get well and truly stuck, you can always get a hint for your next move, and I promise it'll help. You just gotta stick with it, but if you're a bit more pro, then you can toggle the settings to suit your playstyle preferences. This is a game I have just been waiting on for so long now. I almost thought the day would never come. I have wanted to play this for years, but I couldn't, as it has only ever been available in VR, but it is finally getting a PC release. Moss, as well as Moss Book 2 and all Twilight Garden DLC will be released as a definitive edition, Moss the Forgotten Relic. If you don't know who this little mouse with the mighty big ears is, then don't worry, I'm about to tell ya. Within the pages of a storybook is where we will find our tiny little hero, Quill, out on an adventure exploring a fallen kingdom that has been forgotten, taken over by an enduring and untamed forest. You'll be helping to lead this little mouse along her journey, as she will be looking to you for the guidance she needs. Go through this adventure together as you try and solve the different puzzles based in the environment you face, as well as uncovering the many secrets that surround this place. I just can't wait to get my paws in this one, and I think it could still be really fun for those who have played it before, even if it is just to see all the new cutscenes. And for the bears who maybe combat just isn't really your thing for a cozy game like this, then please don't worry, as you can now skip it as part of their accessibility options. Now it's time for a super colorful but like totally sketchy mystery, an impossible to solve locked room murder, a good old whodunit. The Mermaid Mask takes place on the world's strangest submarine where, rather unfortunately, the Captain Mortuga lies dead. It's up to Detective Grimoire and Sally to go looking for clues and interrogate some rather suspicious subjects, all saying they didn't do it. A captain who dies alone in a locked room is quite the mystery after all. You'll be able to explore the ship and talk to all the different crewmates through point-and-click mechanics and see what each member has to say, all with full voice acting to get that razor-sharp wit across. Everything you hear and find may point you closer to the real story if you're willing to listen and see. The objects you find can be looked at and inspected in a 3D space, just to really make sure you're not missing any hidden clues. You will have to piece together what really happened to the captain and who is to blame for his death by solving different puzzles that may just lead you to that last and final clue that you needed to crack the case wide open. You bears are pretty smart, I'm sure you'll be able to solve it. I know in the past I have included many games where your choices matter, but oh man, I don't think they could be any more important than when you are ruling over a kingdom. I mean, there is just so much that you have to be responsible for. In the life and suffering of Prince Jerian, you will start your life as a child in this narrative role-playing game. Born into great power means you will forever be burdened by the responsibility of it. While you may have the power to change the world for the better, it will always come at a cost to someone, even those dearest to you. The game will also be taking place in the same narrative universe as the life and suffering of Sir Bronte. However, this game will take on completely new and different events. Through every choice you make, your country's fate will be decided, forever changing until the very end. As the years go by, you will simply be drowning in responsibility. Is there any way to save yourself too, or are you doomed by a life you never asked for? Is there a good ending depending on who you make your choices for? The townspeople, the nobles, the church, the science, the decision for yourself, or for your family, or will the ending you get ultimately just be a reflection of the choices you made and nothing more? How about something a little bit more spooky and scary than just a cute little vampire, huh? Dive or Die, Children of Rain is a management sim where you will quite literally be diving or dying. Because in this dark abyss of a water town, you will be facing off against an eldritch horror who does not care for you or the people of your sad little town. Upon your shoulders, it has become your responsibility to uncover the mysteries of the black rain that has been pouring down upon the world for the past 5 years as you play as Jack. After seeing something in the town no one had been expecting, you seem to take on a sort of leadership role with the small hope that you can make an attempt in stopping the rain. Within 40 days, a flood will come, most likely killing everyone unless you can appease the Rainmaker in that time. In search for idols and to prove your faith to this unworldly being, you will run a camp to scavenge the ocean for the answers and treasures. Upgrade your gear to dive deeper and deeper, recruit new divers just to send them down into a labyrinth of the drowned just for one more day of hope. All you need is just one more day. With each day passing, you will gamble more and more and more in a hope to save whatever is left. Finding that underneath the water surface there is more to be feared than the fish mankind knew about. Yet at the end of the day, you'll see that not everyone can be saved. Not that they ever could be. And you should be thankful if you even manage to save anyone to begin with. I can't believe the day has come where I finally get to talk about this game on the channel because I have been checking up on this game and waiting for a release almost obsessively for years now because I think that it just looks so undeniably cool and so much hard work has gone into this game. Scarlet Deer Inn is such a unique game with an art style made up of machine embroidery. So for every frame you see for things like characters and animals, a little piece of embroidery has been made and animated together. The entire reason I fell for this game was this. You will be playing as Elise, a mother of two who unfortunately becomes wrapped up in the sinister secrets this sleepy town holds after seeing something that was not meant for her eyes. Whilst Elise was never meant to be extraordinary and was quite content with her everyday life, she will have no choice but to move forward and to keep going no matter how far underground her path leads. The backgrounds are hand-painted, which mixes beautifully with the embroidery, especially when you add in an OST inspired by the Middle Ages and a story inspired by Slavic folklore. I played the demo for this game a little while back now and still think about it regularly to this day. I just can't wait to actually start playing the full game. I also want to throw in quickly that this game will handle some adult themes and be a little bit spooky. We have another cozy farming game on the list now that is very different from the first. My Heaven's Tale is a cute little pixel farming sim where you'll be running a carpenter's workshop. but what happened to the previous owner is a bit of a mystery. You were sent by the moon goddess to live here and run the workshop, but since you're here, you might as well have as much fun as possible, huh? However, since your arrival, you haven't had to look very far to see that the town is in a slight state of disarray. Good job you have a carpenter's workshop, because you can fix up the town at your own pace. There will be just so much for you to do in this cute little cozy town, like building up your very own farm, full of crops and different animals, or you could take part in my favorite activity, fishing! There is no rush, so take this new life at your own pace to find out why the moon goddess really sent you, and maybe even take the time to figure out who you really are. Or go and visit the purple moon. I wonder if they have purple cheese. Oh, I just love the art style for this game. It's just so pretty and oh so perfectly summer. Lost in Tandem is set in a post-apocalyptic world where an unforeseen friendship is born out of hope. The world has been able to heal after devastation that changed the course of history. Playing as a young girl, you'll find MechUTE abandoned in a field, coordinates still logged with an unfulfilled mission, knowing only that it must reach them one day. Yet, this isn't a journey for someone to go on simply by themselves, and that is how you will find yourself traveling with MechUTE. In this 2D adventure, you'll be able to play by yourself or with a friend in couch co-op. Both of you controlling a different character, getting to explore so many different beautiful landscapes as you solve puzzles together. Using both logic and the different abilities you will have, each character will bring something unique to the table that the other can't, making you a well-balanced team. At the end, you will reach your coordinates, but what is actually laying there is unknown. Hope is all that has kept you going on this journey. As you travel, you will also be able to piece together the story of what really happened in this now peaceful world. On a bit of a lighter note now, we have Lifted, a fun and silly platform adventure game. I'm thinking Indiana Jones crossed with Rayman? Me and Slacker Ari, who just wants to be able to pass the class, yet when looking for a little bit of extra credit, he gets roped into a whole mess in a way he just really wasn't expecting. He is now the history professor's wingman, so help the old man get a date by traveling across the world and in time. You two are now on a mission to find the lost tiara. However, Professor's machine can be just a little finicky with the floor numbers relating to history and the map geographically. You just won't always end up in the right place. But that doesn't mean an adventure can't be had wherever you end up. You two aren't the only ones after that lost tiara either, so you'll be facing rival Tomb Raiders even if you two are more adventurers, if anything. The game has full voice acting to really bring the story to life as well. This next game is absolutely making me hungry. High Times is a dating/cooking simulator where you will be playing as a donut therapist. You see why I'm hungry now, right? In this game, you will be managing this super cute cafe that you can decorate to, where it is your job to listen to your customers and help them with how they're feeling or how they want to feel if they're not too sure themselves, and then serve them up a super duper delicious sweet treat. Once you know what they need, then it's time to make the donut itself. The cooking mechanics are pretty simple and straightforward. The only step you don't want to miss is adding in the super special mood altering ingredient. It'll help them, I promise. It's perfectly legal. You will have around 30 customers in the shop to get to know and talk to, as well as 6 romanceable characters. Depending on who you date and, well, how many characters you date at the same time will affect the ending you get. With some characters having up to 3 different endings, there is so much replayability to the game. The full cast of characters will even have voice acting. That's right, all of the characters, so it's gonna be super immersive. So sit back with a donut and get flirting. Now this is what I'm like so totally excited about because, dinosaurs! Theropods is a game with no spoken dialogue whatsoever, yet it's still a game with a very clear and emotional story. In this game, you will be traversing a sci-fi home with point-and-click mechanics as you do your best to outsmart the hungry dinosaurs who are also living in this world. A spaceship has crash-landed, changing everything you once knew about this world. Form a relationship with this new stranger as you do your best to try to free your own tribe and get this stranger back to their spaceship, all while an unlikely friendship may start to take place and form. There are many more secrets to this world than you ever knew, and on this journey you may just find the answers to questions you weren't even asking to begin with. This is a game that will revolve completely around you solving puzzles and immersing yourself in the story of the world around you. But despite the big hungry dinosaurs being an ever-present threat to you, there is no combat. You can't fight in this world no matter how scared or dangerous you or the situation may become. I will be honest and say I wasn't sure about this one at first, but there's just so much detail. I mean, the game is literally bursting at the seams with these visuals, and it ends up just looking so cool. I mean, look at this big spider boy. Oh, how freaky. In Helix, Descent, and Ascent, you will have to solve very intricate puzzles that you see in the world around you, as ancient powers once lying dormant start to awaken within yourself. In this dark world, it won't be long until you find another, but the strange thing about them is that it's you, but in the same way, it isn't you at all. The further you go into this lost civilization, the more mysteries you will have to uncover and unravel as your powers grow and change, allowing you to interact with the world in different ways. This person you meet, friend or foe, you can combine powers and keep going further than you would be able to go by yourself. I am absolutely head over heels in love with this game. Just look at the art style. I want to eat it. Dodo Duck is like one of the cutest games on the list. You will be playing as this little duck, Dodo, in a mind and reality bending world where your superpower is being a duck. With your very magical cap that was given to you by a very special capybara, you will be able to switch between a 2D and a 3D view of the world. This completely changes the path you thought you would need to take, as new pathways and secrets will be uncovered. However, you are not just a cute little duck out on a blind adventure. Oh no, an alien came and stole away your chickens and you have to go get them. They're your friends and they need your help. So do more than just waddle around as you journey and discover multiple planets, learn some special ducky abilities, and maybe even fight a big boss battle against the giant metal duck as you chase after that alien. And the best part of all, you can press Q to quack. It's time for another historical adventure in this next game. Echoes or Ciudadela is a first-person puzzle game that follows along the story of Kari, who, after finding his father's old journal full of what some people may only be able to explain as obsessive notes, will be following in his footsteps. Ancient ruins lie hidden beneath the surface of a mountain, and there lies a forgotten civilization, lost and uncovered by the people. Maybe once you have found that, you can finally say goodbye to the man you'd never really got to know and scatter his ashes in the only place that makes sense. It was his dying wish after all. For this journey, you will take with you a Relic sling, which you will use to help solve a few different environmental puzzles. Just a quick toss and you've somehow brought down an entire bridge. The further you go on this adventure, the more pages you will get to read from your father's journal, closing that distant gap a little more with each page. I think this game is definitely going to be taking me on an emotional roller coaster. Chung, I'm Goose, and it's time for an extremely hard game. This is a co-op game for either a duo or a group of 4 where you will all be playing as Goose parents to this cute little egg. You know what happens to an egg when you drop it, right? It just cracks, don't worry so much. But depending on how many times you drop it, that is, if it's a lot, then oh yeah, it'll smash big time. As newly appointed Goose parents, you will have to work as a team. You cannot be rage baiting each other in this game to get this cute little egg home safe and sound. You will both have to hold on to one side of the nest as you do your best to navigate and communicate your way through some very treacherous terrain. If you do drop the egg and it smashes, don't worry because you can just try again. But the yolk will have to stay there as a reminder to what a bad goose parent you are though. You gotta learn from your mistakes somehow, and what better way than constant reminders of your failure? This game is another super duper relaxed and chilled out one because nothing in this game can really go wrong. Well, not unless you want to be an agent of chaos, that is, but even then you'll probably be okay. Nothing to Declare is an airport security simulator with a simple and cute art style where you'll be rejecting or allowing passengers to board. As airport security, it will be your job to weigh and scan people's luggage and ask them a couple simple questions, but if something seems a little fishy, then open their bags up to see if they really do have any fish in there. That can just be a snack for later on. There is no stress or danger, just fun little mini games to get lost in as you build up your own daily routine as you slowly upgrade your workstations to help you become much more efficient as the airport grows. It's time for another game with super pretty environments, and in this world it is said that anyone who is able to complete the maze and find the maze god will be granted one wish and one wish only. In Go North, you will be playing as Dara, who is going on a journey to attempt the maze herself. You'll be guiding Dara through the different mazes that have been crafted by the maze makers in order to test you and how far you're willing to go in the hope that you can make your own wish one day. The game is of course narrative driven, but the mechanics have been focused and geared more towards player enjoyment and peace of mind. So don't worry about trying to complete different tasks or puzzles within a certain time. Just go at your own pace with Dara as you slowly uncover what's around every corner. There is just so much to discover and many different items that will help you and give you advantages in many different ways. So take this littler on a big adventure and find all the map fragments so that you can have your wish come true too. It's time to brush up on your Japanese for this next game, as unfortunately that's the only language it's coming out in, but it still looks just so darn cool. Let's get learning so we can play. The game has the most beautiful hand-painted visuals, and I'm crossing my fingers for an English translation one day. Village in the Shade is all about living the quiet countryside life in a small Japanese village, Kagatsu. You'll get to manage a farm, befriend the locals, and even visit the seasonal festivals that are held here. Spend your normal everyday life going through a town that has been untouched by time as you take care of all the different kinds of crops you may grow. Care for your animals and get them any help that they may need if they ever become sick. I mean, such a quiet life with really beautiful scenery to take in and relax with every day. You just don't need anything else, so just follow the rules and make sure it lasts. You might not want to know about the side of Kagatsu that no one talks about, so just follow the rules is all they ask, okay? Just follow the rules. A game based on word puzzles is up next. It's a 4-letter word. Any guesses? No, it's RITA, a game where you play as this cute little chicken embarking on a big and cozy journey. You'll be picking up different letters that you can find around the world to be able to complete the word puzzles in your newspaper. Maybe by making the word stairs, well, some stairs might appear. It won't just be crossword puzzles you do though. You might find yourself doing a word search or maybe even something else entirely. Either way, Rita needs these words for her adventure as you will be guiding her through her life, starting as just a baby chickadee, all the way to mama hen, perhaps even getting to meet her grand chick at the end. As you explore the colourful world, you will run into many other animals to talk to who might ask Rita for a favour or two as you explore Aspendale in 1933, a town that will also hold secrets and collectibles other than just letters for Rita to find. She's a rather inquisitive chick after all. I can't believe we're at the very last game for this month now, Bevs. There's just been so many good ones, but I have a special one for all the plant lovers now. Leafy Corner is a cute and relaxing management sim where you'll be running this town's local plant shop. It will be all down to you to keep the business running by growing new plants, taking care of the ones you have, as well as selling the ones that are perfect and ready to go to their new homes. Many customers who come in the shop will likely already know or have an idea of what they would like to buy, so it's a simple case of just getting them the right plant. However, not everyone in town will have a green thumb like you and may need a little bit of extra help. Talk to and listen to those customers to help them find out which plants will suit them, maybe even making sure it's something easy for them to look after. That's part of loving plants after all, sharing your love for them. Whilst you wait for new plants to grow, as they don't just grow overnight, silly, you can spend some time decorating the shop and making it as cute or as cool as you like. All this will help with your shop's reputation, because the better that is, the more people who will stop by for all their plant-based needs. Don't all those games look just so fun and cool? I don't think I could possibly pick a favorite. I just want to play them all, but oh, if I had to choose... Oh no, I can't. Maybe I can. Oh, maybe Scarlet Deer Inn. It just might be in my top spot. Or Moss. Or maybe even Dodo Duck. Oh, but you also have Dive or Die. I can't choose. What about you, Bears? Are one of these games in your top spot? Or are you waiting on something that I didn't talk about today? Let me know down in the comments so we can all get excited together. I hope you Bears liked today's video and were able to find lots of games to play this month. And as always, if there are any that I didn't mention, please write a comment down below so I can get just as excited for it as you are. Leave a like and subscribe so I know you liked the video, and I will see you again for another great big list of games that are coming out in August. Bye bye, guys!